what's up, guys? So, what got me into wrestling? That's a great question. Um, I'm from Kentucky, and when I was 6 years old, back in 1986, my family and myself we moved out to the country, and of course, we didn't have cable back then. All we had was the 4 or 5 channels that we got from the old TV antenna that was on the side of the house. But in 1987 or 1988, Comcast finally was able to uh, bring service out to where we lived. And we got cable, and I was flipping through one night back in '88, and I came in contact with this program called the Clash of the Champions, and in fact it was the very first one, and Sting versus the Nature Boy Ric Flair went to a 45-minute draw, meaning that the time limit expired, and nobody had a pinfall on anybody. It was amazing, amazing match, and I was hooked. Just the whole presentation, the characters, when you're 8 years old, you don't know that wrestling is a work. You think that it's real, and it's cool to see guys, beat up on each other. It was cool to see that kind of thing. So I started watching wrestling back in 1988, and the Clash of the Champions won. Nature Boy Ric Flair versus Sting. It was the match that got me, and I went from there. Anything that was on TV that was related to wrestling, I watched it. I was really big into WCW though back in those days, simply because I was a big ass Sting fan. Still am to this day. But I branched out to all territories: Smoky Mountain Wrestling, USWA, which is known as United States Wrestling Association, and of course the WWF. I was really drawn to the Ultimate Warrior. He had the face paint just like Sting did, and he was wild. I can remember watching him as a kid and just being like, wow. Of course, as a kid, oh, excuse me. But as a kid, your perception on things is quite different from when you age and become an adult. But as a kid, you just look at it as such a big spectacle. You're just amazed at what you see on the screen. I loved it all, and I still do to this day. And I'm happy as hell that I was able to start watching wrestling, so many years ago, because I don't know how everybody else thinks, all the older wrestling fans that were watching back in those days, but for me, when I was watching WWF and WCW, I was always thinking in the back of my head, how awesome would it be for these guys to go one-on-one with each other, WWF versus WCW. And finally, the wish came true in 2001 when the Invasion storyline went down. When Vince purchased WCW, we got to see it, and it was like a wish, coming true. It was amazing. But yeah, that's when I started. That's what got me into wrestling. Flipping through the channels and landing on the Clash of the Champions #1. Sting and the Nature Boy, 2 of the greatest wrestlers of all time, by far. And I really don't know what else to say. Oh, also, I'm happy as hell also that I was able to be a part of the Attitude Era. Probably one of the most finest moments in wrestling was the Attitude Era. And yeah, I'm glad that I could be a fan during that time, to be able to witness all the exciting events that happened. And that's how it happened, guys. And let me know what you think. You can leave a video response or leave a comment down below that, letting me know what got you in to pro wrestling. And peace.